funny because it shows a bunch of things. These bunch of things are more clearly seen in a full render of this image, which I found on the Mario Wiki. Okay, yeah, whatever. This is like a full render of whatever's happening here. And this image, so first of all, we can say a few things about it. Mario's in the center of the image, so that's fine, that's okay. That's sort of typical and to be expected. But Mario then gets... he's under this huge sky. There's a few things, there are a few people hovering around this sky. That's fine, we'll accept that for the time being. We'll then look at this right group. Right group is a group of people. 3 people. Things we could say about them. Well, Donkey Kong is an old enemy of Mario. So he's an enemy and he's right at the back of this group. Okay, he's like this enemy, ancient, original villain, enemy of Mario. He usually gets paired, I feel, in these games alongside the other long-standing enemy of Mario here, right? So we've got Bowser, also on the back, the absolute back of the group. So these groups, right, we've got these 3 people, they seem to be placed in a way where we have someone on the front, someone in the middle, someone in the back, someone in the back, someone in the middle, someone in the front. More or less, I mean, it's a little vague. There are differences between this image and the box art image. I noticed slight inclinations of the heads and stuff, but whatever, it's okay. We'll accept it. So, yeah, it's funny when there are differences between versions. That's funny, always. Anyway, one thing I notice is Donkey Kong is looking. Donkey Kong has his hands in this pose that implies, oh, let's look into the distance. Let's hold our hands above our eyes to create kind of a cap, like the one Mario is wearing, which will shade our eyes and allow us to see deeper into the distance. Because presumably Mario has just sent a huge shot flying through the air, and Donkey Kong's like, oh wow, I want to see where that shot is going. Okay. Bowser doesn't seem to want to see. Bowser doesn't seem happy about this. Clearly, you know, Mario winning is not what Bowser wants. Bowser would have preferred if Mario's shot would have been a little worse. So, he seems to be very vaguely trying to shield his eyes. There's a sort of an attempt to shield his eyes, I would say. And there's a feeling of, I don't really want to be seeing this thing that's happening right now. I wish I wasn't seeing it. You know what I mean? And also hands to the head. Both of them have hands to the head. In one case, it seems to amplify vision. In the other case, it seems to hide whatever is being seen, hide it from vision. It's kind of intriguing because if this side is associated to vision and looking, this side is precisely the side that's associated to a camera. Here at the top side of the screen, there's a camera, which obviously Lakitu uses to see things very deeply into the distance. And this is a vision amplifying mechanism. And our corresponding floating person here is Boo, a semi-transparent Boo. You see the trees behind them, so a transparent thing is a thing that's hiding. If something's transparent, you can't see it. And Boos have a sort of well-known relationship with seeing, where Boos don't like to be seen. If you look at them directly, they disappear. So there's something about not looking. You see what I mean? Like, I'm not looking. I want this to be disappeared. I want it to be invisible. There's a sort of non-vision. Let's not see. Amplified here by this seeing of the camera, seeing of Donkey Kong, right? So there is a seeing here. Okay, next person. This one's intriguing to me because I had never noticed before that Wario and Peach basically have the same color scheme. I don't know. I may have noticed before. I'm not entirely sure. Where we have golden yellow color from the top of the head down to the waist, and then waist downwards is purple slash pink. Not the same color, but basically the same idea of yellow and purplish tone. So these two guys have this yellow purplish tone, I guess. And of course this is amplified by the fact that the front row is green. So there is a color correspondence here as well. Front row is totally green. People in the front row. The front row also is very kind of close companions to Mario, I would say. Very close, like family almost. Yoshi is family. If Yoshi is the role of the pet or the trusty steed, the horse, then it's a relationship to Mario that's very close, very dear. Obviously, Yoshi was meant to be Mario's steed ever from the very beginning, when the NES couldn't even handle those graphics. So Yoshi is deep, I would say, in a deep relation of companionship with Mario, just as Luigi is a brother, a sibling, a deep kind of intimate connection, I would say. Furthermore, obviously, Yoshi carries a baby version of Mario, so nothing more deeply connected to Mario than a baby version of Mario, I would say, or could say. Peach, then, and Wario are a step beyond, because obviously there is an important relationship between them, but it's not like a familial relationship. It's not a brother or an inner child or something. It's more of someone that you wouldn't have known at the beginning of your life, perhaps. Someone that you had a slight... Wario feels like a cousin or something, like some sort of cousin vibe. And Peach also feels like someone that Mario would have met at some point and developed a strong intimacy with, but who's not sort of as close to Mario's identity as his brother and his steed are, I would say. I think that's sort of what the game is trying to say anyway. And of course, third level, even more distance. Donkey Kong and Bowser, deep, deep relationship to Mario, but one of even greater difference. Maybe that's a good expression. Yoshi and Luigi have little difference from Mario, especially if we consider that Yoshi was meant to be Mario's steed from the very beginning, as if Mario and Yoshi were meant to be like an inseparable pair, in the same way that Luigi and Mario are. Wario and Peach are definitely a separable pair, right? Sometimes they're separate from Mario, sometimes they're not. And Bowser and Donkey Kong are an absolutely separable pair. They intentionally don't want to have anything to do with Mario. In fact, they want to destroy him. Mario wants to destroy them. It's a much more differentiated relationship. So those are a few things one could say, I suppose. And it's kind of intriguing. I'm not sure where to go from here, so I'm going to leave it at that.